This is Papa's Journal, 7/25/16, page 1. Got this my new journal today. Don't know whether I'll cap print, cursive, scribble. Hope I will communicate most of all. Although I was an eyewitness to my birth, that was 83 years ago. I don't remember anything about it. It was on December the 4th, 1932. What day of the week, I don't remember. In fact, it's the first time I thought of it. This blessed event occurred in a field beside the Yellow Pines Christian Church in Yellow Pine, Louisiana. Of course, I was inside our home at that time. My mother, known as Nanny to my grandkids, was nicknamed by me with several names over the years. She said I nicknamed everybody, or everything. Guess I might as well admit it, she was right. Can't remember all the nicknames that I called her, but one of the first ones was Jet Problem. Where I got this, I don't have a clue. I shortened it to Problem for a while. Linda, Uncle Sam's wife, still called her Prob, short for Problem. Daddy called her Yonner. Where he got that, I don't know. Ma called her Ethner. Is that you? Now, back to my birth, with nothing to say about it, except I was born at home in a house in a field beside a church. Andrew, my first cousin, was also born in a house in a field across the road from us. His dad was Uncle Clyde. Aunt Maggie was his mama, and his brother was Ronald Ray Maxey, nicknamed Squonky. I got to remove the rings at the middle of my journal because I can't write legibly. Hall. Can't anyway. So Ronald was Squonky, and Andrew was named Squirt. Elope. Squirty for short. As I've said several times already, I don't know where I got these names. Hey, what about Larcy, Ingy, and Hennypen? Ha, that was my name for Lynn, my baby girl, shortened to Baby, as I call all of my 50-year-old plus daughters and granddaughters sometimes. Boy, girl too. How I need Nanny now. That is, to relate the details of my birth. Who was there? What did I look like? Don't remember anything about Super Uncle's birth except that he was born in a house in Mendon. Nanny showed us the house where he was born, but I don't recall anything else. I don't even know where Pop and Nanny were born, although it wasn't very far from Sibley, near a place called the Sandhill. Super Uncle and Uncle Sam may know. All three of us got along about as well as any average siblings. We had a few fights, not many, and not real fights at that. The biggest reason is because Pop and Nanny didn't put up with anything. Daddy was a strict disciplinarian. That word looks too long, maybe misspelled, but not going to look it up. But he was not an abuser. He was a good man, and I loved him. Anyway, Samuel, that is, Leon and I had a fun, good childhood, looking back in retrospect from present perspective. Now, something just came to me about our personalities. Personalities, this was one of the questions y'all asked me, I think. Anyway, from my perspective, I consider myself middle to hyper temperament. When I quit coaching or teaching, I don't have many red face, veins popping out, loud voice, even at home. Scriptures help me quite a bit on my temper control, but the two other parts of that the other two parts of that scripture, I'm a long way in compliance. Here's the scripture from the book of James that I am referencing. Let every man or person be long to listen, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Now, I may be a little slower to wrath, but the speaking and listening, well, anybody that knows me knows where I am where I'm at on these two admonitions. That woman at the nursing home told me my status very succinctly when she said, "Shut up." This is Wednesday night, July the 27th. I am answering the relationship question y'all asked about myself and my two brothers, Burnt and Cootie. These were the nicknames I gave them. Don't remember where I got the nickname Cootie for Uncle Sam, and Super Uncle's name was shortened from Burnt Corn, Alabama. I saw that on a map and somehow transferred it to Super Uncle after I dropped the corn, after I dropped the corn, Alabama. I just called him Burnt for a while until I gave him his next name, which was Burnt Coon. Then later dropped the Burnt and left the Coon, and it became Cooney. That name stuck with our friends, and I rarely run into any of them now, and they still call him Cooney. I don't remember where I got the name Cootie for Uncle Sam, and I can't believe I didn't give him some more names. Can't remember anymore. Super Uncle has always had the temperament that he has now, most of the time. Sometimes he would flare up, often when we were playing basketball or one-on-one. Nanny would put up with it for a while until we got to arguing with them. She would holler out the back door, "Y'all stop that or I'm going to take that basketball." Uncle Sam was in on this game, and some others would join us sometimes. James Kemp was one of them. Another one was our cousin from Nanny's side. He was called Bookie, but his name was Whitmore Ardley Davis. His dad's name was Ardley. Don't need to go into relatives yet, not into genealogy unless it is funny. He, she, or they are interesting. To me, that is. Going to stop here and mail these 6 pages tomorrow.